Hey everybody, welcome to EduMatch. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. So tonight I'm super excited because we have the amazing Jodie Pierpoint here. So welcome to EduMatch, Jodie.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Thank you. Super excited to have you. So I'm going to introduce you for anyone who does not know Jodie, then get to know her. So Jodie has a strong passion for helping others. She's been an educator, for 18 years, serving as a special education teacher, both at the high school and elementary levels, and as a school counselor. During her career, Jodie created and organized Ohio's first special education-based ed camp, so SPED Camp OH, and has presented several professional learning opportunities for educators. Building relationships and online resources has become something that Jodie utilizes and shares regularly. So that is super awesome, Jodie. Thank you again for joining us. So,
thank you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. So, going to dive into the first question. So, tell us a little bit about who or what inspired you to go into education.
My family has definitely been an inspiration of why I'm in education. I have an aunt who was a teacher. So growing up, I always saw my aunt as a teacher. My great grandfather was a teacher in this old room schoolhouse. So you saw these pictures of my grandmother's house and how he was a teacher. And I was the child that had the chalkboard, old school chalkboard on the easel as a kid and was teaching the stuffed animals. So I think it was instilled in me from a very young age that this is what I truly wanted to do. And throughout school, as a young child, that's what I wanted to do. When I was in high school, we had this educational mentorship program where we can go to the local elementary schools. So it truly has been something that I've forever wanted and felt. I was a camp counselor in high school and college. I've just always been around people and kids, and that's just where I am today, and I can't imagine doing anything different.
Absolutely. And all of that sounds like strangely familiar, like from the camp counselors to stuffed animals. So I totally feel that. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So, what's been your journey in connecting with other educators and what have you learned along the way?
So my journey is pretty unique. If you would have asked me 3 years ago what Twitter is, what being connected is, I would have looked at you and I would have had no clue whatsoever. But I was in grad school and I started working on my internship, and someone said, are you on Twitter? And I said, what's Twitter? And I thought it was that crazy thing that people sent out their personal messages on. And I said, no, I don't do that. And they said, it's the best way to connect with people. So I started dabbling in it and, went to my first ed camp that summer as well and started just learning with other people. Now, if you ask me, I'm like the biggest fan and advocate for being on social media. I can say some of my dearest, closest friends are people that I've literally never met face to face. And it's people that I reach out to through Twitter or Voxer or one of the other social media sites that I use, and just have those conversations with, because my professional development isn't within my building that with the staff that I work with. I love the staff that I work with, but I also rely on those other people that I've connected with, like I said, that I might not have ever have met, but they're people that I respect and look up to, and that are my mentors and my role models today.
Yeah, totally, totally. You can definitely build like these strong, intense connections with other people all around the world, like through Twitter, Voxer, and other social media. So, and I know that we're in a couple groups together and just learning and just it's super, super cool. So I totally feel you on that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your work. So you're definitely passionate about building relationships as well as mentorship. So tell us, why is mentorship important?
So mentorship is important to me. I have been blessed with amazing mentors throughout my life. As I shared with you earlier, my aunt has always been a mentor and an inspiration to me. So my first time I went to graduate school, I got my master's in school counseling. And one of my professors there was just more than a professor to me. She truly was somebody that took me under her wing and kind of guided me through different things. I was always said, I'm going to be an elementary school counselor, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And she kind of pushed me and said, why don't you try high school? Why don't you try middle school? And, it's trusting somebody and learning with somebody that it makes you, they push you out and makes you explore, just a little bit further. So through my experiences, and then when I went back and to get my master's in leadership and school administration, then I also found out some great people that have taught me such wonderful things. And I really see the power of mentorship and how people can not only, I don't see mentorship as someone telling you, oh, you should do this. It's guiding you down that path and, the suggestions and learning together. And like I said, if it hadn't been for someone that I did my internship and my mentor at the time teaching me about the power of social media, I wouldn't be with you tonight, Sarah, because that's how we've connected. We've connected through social media, and I would not have known anything about that. So mentorship is just so important. You just learn and grow. And since then, I've had mentees, and I continue to grow with other people and other mentors. And it's just so important. I don't think at any stage in your career, you shouldn't have a mentor or someone to look up to.
Totally agreed with that. Yeah, it makes so much difference to have like somebody there to help guide you and to learn with. And like you said, the mentors are not there to tell you what to do, but to help you grow and to help you learn. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So tell us a little bit about some ways that educators can build relationships. What are some ways that you have found that educators can build relationships?
Well, I think it's not being afraid to ask for that help. And I think that's what I've done is I've gone, every person that I see as a mentor, it isn't someone that said, here, you're assigned to this person. This person's going to be your mentor. And I think that's okay. I think I've had people that way that are some of my dearest friends that, you start a new job in a new position and you get paired up, through your school or your school district. But a lot of the mentors I've reached out to them and said, hey, I've seen your work. I see what you're doing. I look up to you. I respect you. Teach me. I want to learn with you. And I think that's one of the best things that we can do if we want to continue to grow and continue to learn. We have to be willing to reach out to other people, and we have to be consistently reading. I say that all the time, reading, learning, getting ourselves out there, going to ed camps, to professional development, but we just can't sit and not and think that it's going to come to us. We have to be interacting with other people.
Absolutely. Definitely being proactive and seeking out that mentorship. And one thing that I've found, and you may agree, is that on Twitter, people tend to be very approachable. So if you have like a question or something and you just pick their brains, and they'll likely respond and help. Yeah.
When you think about the power, you go to a conference or something, you see these speakers that you pay maybe a couple $100s to see this one snap, 6 hours to see, or, with a follow-up, then you can just connect with them that way and say, hey, I saw you here at this conference. And then they'll answer you and follow up, they're here. Or maybe you can't get to this conference, or these people aren't in your area. You can still ask questions to these people and these presenters. So social media, Twitter has allowed us to connect with people that we might not have ever connected with before. So.
Yeah, that is definitely the truth. So you have an awesome project called Big Dream Mentorship. So what exactly is it?
So this started last summer. I was driving home from the National Principals Convention, conference in Philadelphia last year. And I had to think, I was going as an aspiring school leader. So I was surrounded by all these brilliant minds and learning from all these people. And as I'm driving home, I'm thinking there had to be other people like myself who were aspiring school leaders who may have, mentors around them within their buildings, within their districts, but could learn from so many other people like I've had the opportunity to learn from. So I came home and I sent out this random blog. I write a blog post and send out this random blog. And I said, is anybody an aspiring school leader that would be interested in learning and growing together? So I'm like, if I only get like 4 or 5 people, then that's 4 or 5 people that I can learn from. Humbly, there's 20 people that respond, and I'm like, oh, which still 20 is not, but for me, that was like a ton of people. So then I'm like, wow, there's this many people in the same shoes as I'm in that wants to be mentored and matched up and learn together. So then I started reaching out to, as I said, connecting with people. I said, well, who's out there that wants to help people in shoes like mine, aspiring school leaders? The response from that was just, I mean, that's what, when I sit and think and reflect on that is when you get all teared up and stuff, because to think of the people that answer to that really just wants to truly help other people, that is so humbling and just so encouraging to see this many people want to give back. So I ended up with more mentors than mentees. And this is how the program got put together. So I've paired these people up. A lot of these people, I'm going to admit, are my friends that said, I will absolutely help you with these people. We have about 40 people in this year's program, or cohort. I don't want to call it a program, this year's cohort. And we've paired them up. They're anywhere from elementary to high school people. We have superintendents, assistant principals, curriculum people, tech people. And what we do, they have one-on-one mentoring with their mentoring pairs. And then on top of that, we do webinars about twice a month. So my wonderful mentors have a topic, and then they get on and they share some great information with the aspiring leaders.
That is super awesome. And yeah, you have like some great topics and some really cool folks as well. And I'm honored to be part of it coming up in, I want to say, April. So
yeah.
Yeah. So looking forward to moderating a webinar with Star Saxteen. So super cool, super cool. All right. So you focus on connecting aspiring leaders. So could you tell us a little bit about what your definition of leadership is and how it might apply to grassroots movements?
So I think leadership, at the core of leadership is helping other people. I think whether you're a classroom leader, whether you're a building leader, whether you're a student leader, regardless of what type of leader you are helping somebody else. You are helping improve it. You're setting goals. You're helping people set goals. So leadership as a whole is, I just think you're making improvements and helping people grow to that next level where they need to be. So I just definitely think when someone says, I'm not a leader, I think every single person, whether whatever your position within is a school building, you're a leader in some aspect. So I think we all have to take that role seriously and not take that that role titles lightly. And because there's so much we can do with that. And it's an honor to be able in the positions that we're in schools, and just be able to give back and to work with people and help people get to the next level is what I see leadership is.
Absolutely. I love how you said that everyone is a leader. So even if you resisted, then you are leading something. So absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. All right. So what advice would you give to any aspiring leaders who may be watching? And before I pose the question, I wanted to give a huge shout out. I'm seeing on the EduMatch hashtag that there are several pre-service teachers who are joining us. So thank you all so much for that. So this might be directed towards them or anyone else who may be watching. So what are some words of advice that you would give
to aspiring teachers or leaders? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, to aspiring leaders in general. So these could be teachers, these could be school like admin, these could be just anyone who might be watching right now who wants to take a leadership role.
Just exactly what we said. I mean, we always have to think we're here to serve other people. So, and not children, I'm in an elementary now, but people first. We have to remember that we're who we there are to serve. So we're there to serve our students. And as long as we put those students first and we're giving 100% to them, I think that we really can't go wrong if we really go back to our true reason of why we get into education in the first place. And we give 100% every single day, even on those hard days, you give 100%, you're going to make an impact on somebody. So go in with passion, go in with 100%. And remember the why of why you went into education in the first place. So
I love that. Focusing on that why and remembering that, keeping that at the forefront. That is, yeah, solid advice. So, all right, cool. So another question about what we can expect to see from you in 2018. So what is on your agenda for the next 12 months?
The next 12 months. Well, I'm hoping, like I said, we have our Dream Big Mentorship and our Aspiring Leaders program. So I hope to continue to finish out this year. Our goal is to get this cohort of aspiring leaders, which includes me. I'm one of the aspiring leaders right there with them. So to get us some jobs in leadership, fingers are crossed that we get our first, admin positions. So, we're getting ready to apply for some positions. So hopefully that's in my, future of doing that. I hope to then continue. I absolutely want to take this position into year 2. So I've got some ideas about how to continue to grow this program. Like I said, we have about 20 people of aspiring leaders. I know that there's more people out there that's, finishing up and that could join us. We just had a person join us this week that said, I've been following you. Can I join your cohort? Absolutely. There's no fee for the, it's like, well, how much does it cost? This is just me. I'm in your shoes. I just want to help. So it's taking this to the next stage and how we continue to grow. And that's my goal for the rest of the school year, to get our message out, to get the message out that, the whole, to serve other people. And I think that that's my biggest thing. If there's a way that we can give back to other people and help other people, that's what we need to do. And that was my dream when I put this together. If I can help somebody else, and if my webinars are helping somebody else, then that's all I really want to do.
That is awesome, and definitely kudos to you, just for seeing that need and taking it beyond yourself and scaling it so that others can benefit as well. So really, my hat off to you. You are doing amazing work.
Thank you. It's fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So it's really, really cool what you have going on. So so I'm excited to continue to see it grow. So tell us, how can people get in touch with you, or how can they get affiliated with Dream Big Mentorship?
So we have a website. Our website is exactly that, dreambigmentorship.com. That hosts all our webinars. Once they're finished, we put them on YouTube and then post them directly on the website. A list of all of our mentors and the mentees are also listed there with their Twitter hashtags. You can connect directly with any of those people. And then my Twitter hashtag is at Jodie Pierpoint, and it's Jodie with an IE, a little different there. So, but the best way to find it, if you follow that website, that takes you to all the information about me and the cohort we have for this year.
That is super awesome. So definitely wanted to put a call out to anybody who's interested. Get involved with Dream Big Mentorship and follow Jodie. Connect with her. She is great, great, great. So so definitely, yeah. So definitely do that and check her out. So just wanted to give a big thank you again to Jodie. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, Sarah, thank you. I appreciate your time and you doing this. I think this is a wonderful thing that you've started as well. And it's amazing that you're connecting educators and all of us together. So thank you. And thank you for being one of our mentors in our program. So shout out to Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it is a pleasure. And I appreciate your kind words. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to everybody who is watching right now. Also back channeling on Twitter. So I saw some tweets coming through as well. So huge shout out to Ellen DePietro, who was saying that she loves listening to the insight that you offered on the topic of mentoring and how to build connections. So
good.
Yeah. So thank you, Ellen, for tuning in, and also to everyone else who's watching now or will watch later, and wanted to invite everyone to come join us at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that is in 41 minutes exactly. We will be doing a tweet and talk. So Stephanie Filardo will be moderating a panel discussion back here, podcast.edumatch.org/tweet talk. And there will be an accompanying Twitter chat. And the topic tonight will be concussions. So definitely hope to see you all back for that. So that's about it. Come back, same bat channel, different bat time. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful 41 minutes. So see y'all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.